Hey guys, in this quick tutorial I will explain you how to plug your personal app into any AI assistant such as ChatGPT from OpenAI, Lusha from Mistral AI, or even Cloud from Anthropic. For example, ChatGPT SDK lets developers bring their product directly into ChatGPT with custom UI components, API access and user context that can persist across the different chats you have within ChatGPT application. It's built on MCP, which defines how ChatGPT communicates with our app through tools, resources, and structured data. So let me show you where are these connectors available in the different AI assistant interface. So let's kick off with Lusha. You have to find the intelligence section, click on connectors, add connector, custom MCP connectors, and you have to fill out the different information. For sure, here I will show you how to activate and enable the OAuth 2.1 On ChatGPT, it's pretty similar. You have to click on your profile, find settings, click on apps, create an app, and same story you want, on-premise or in the cloud, such as AWS, GCP, or Azure. In our case, I decided to host it on-premise by running it on a Raspberry Pi 4. So now we instruct the AI assistant, if you cannot answer a question natively, please use my MCP server. However, when the assistant tries to reach the MCP server, it hits a roadblock. The server is secure. Let me show you that. So if I'm trying, to get access to my MCP server, just there, for example, so this is my domain, mistralai.devailab.work/MCP, I will get, a missing bearer token. To reach out to my MCP server, I need to have an access token. The assistant doesn't have the token, and initially, it doesn't even know how to get one. To solve this, we must guide the AI assistant through the secure authentication process. This happens in 4 distinct technical steps. So, as you may figure it out, the most obvious one is the authorization server meta discovery. So, we need to expose specific endpoints to the public internet. So basically, if you have a close look at the code, we have different endpoints, and basically it's to let the AI assistants where it can get, the different information. Let me show you a case in point. So if I'm going back, to my domain, basically here you will get some information, and maybe the most critical one is, where is my identity provider, and this is this row. So as you can see, my identity provider is @0 and my domain is this one. So here it's allows the AI assistants to discover our authentication configuration. The assistant reaches out to our identity provider and retrieves the authorization server metadata. So what does it mean? As I told you, this is, the address of my identity provider. And basically, if, we have, the address where you can get, some information. So this metadata acts as a blueprint telling the AI exactly which endpoints to use to initiate an OAuth workflow. So here we have, different informations, different inputs to pass the authorization workflow. Now, as you can figure out, the AI assistant, needs to be registered to get, the access token. It's not an open bar. So before, the AI assistant can request the tokens, it needs an identity, who you are. It achieves this through the process called dynamic client registration, very well known under DCR. The AI assistant automatically registers itself with Auth0. So there is no manual human setup required here. The assistants simply say, hey, I'm an MCP client, and Auth0 provision a unique client ID and secret for it to use. Step number 3 is the authentication flow and PKCE. Now the core business flow begins. The systems prompt the user to log in and grant consent for the AI to perform action on their behalf. Behind the scenes, we use PKCE. Very quickly, PKCE is a critical security parameter that prevents malicious actors from intercepting or stealing the authorization tokens during the exchange. Once the user consents, the AI assistant successfully receives its access token. Let me quickly show you how it works. So if you go back to Le Chat, as I told you, you can pick up any AI assistants you want to use. You have to click on Add Connectors, Custom MCP Connectors. This is, the address of our MCP server. You have to give it a name for sure. So Auth is ordering. You have, to describe, and then it will reach out, to our MCP server. We have, to fill out some information. So let's try to connect. And basically here, we have to log in, we have to consent, as I told you, accept, and here it is. We have access to our MCP server, and as you can see the different functions, tools, and resources available from our MCP server. And basically, then, and that's the purpose maybe of the next video, you can, search a product and products you have, and you can create an order, and you can confirm, the payments. So one step back, this is these steps. With the access token in hand, the AI assistant finally sent its request to our MCP server. But the MCP server must verify that this token is legitimate. To do this, the server inspects the JWT token, read the key ID from the token's headers, fetch the corresponding public key from Auth0 JWKS endpoints, and to optimize performance, the MCP server catch this public key, meaning it only has to fetch it once. So basically, just to show you here, we have, the address of the identity provider. We have the client ID, the client secret. So I can copy paste, these different information. Up, here we go. So then this is, the answer. And last but not least, we can see, the answer. Let's copy, the JWT token. And let's understand, the answer. So nothing new for you. You have, the identity provider who has issued, the token. and then you have the identity. And this part is very critical because when Mistral AI gives us, the option with OAuth 2.1, it's referring to how Mistral AI Le Chat authenticates itself to our service and not how our end users authenticate to us. The OAuth flow authenticates Mistral Le Chat, the client, to our MCP service, the resource provider. It does not authenticate or identify the individual human Mistral Le Chat user to us. We won't receive any user identity info unless Mistral Le Chat will explicitly pass it down the road in the future. So OAuth by itself does not identify a user, it just delegates authorization. In traditional web apps, we often combine OAuth plus OpenID Connect to both authenticate and authorize users. In the Mistral AI SDK or ChatGPT SDK integration, only OAuth 2.0 is used, not OIDC. So there is no user identity payload, no ID token, no claims about the user. OAuth by itself does not identify a user, it just delegates authorization. To summarize, we are authorizing Mistral AI to access our service. We are not authenticating Mistral AI users individually. Our app sees a single client, Mistral AI, not multiple end users. Let me show you that. If you go, I have to reconnect. This is the passkey. So, in application, and basically we have only one entry. So in short, OAuth here is about authenticated machine-to-machine trust, not end-user login. It's the mechanism that tells our MCP server this request truly came from Mistral AI under the right